Welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to talk about the price point for your product. If you're looking to sell a product online, how do you make sure that you pick a price point that people will actually buy at, and how do you work out the sort of value? So I'm going to give you a few tips. There's really no correct way of doing this, and the ultimate way of testing out your price points is by doing that, is by sending traffic. So what I want to do is give you a few pointers so you can actually work out where you are in the market. So with any market, any niche whatsoever, you'll have high price points and you'll have low price points. I'll just use the example of dog training because I did another video on this channel with dog training just as an example, and I'll give you a few ideas that you can actually work out. So if you're interested in creating your own product and you're starting from scratch and you're not sure how to do this online, not sure what tools you need or how to build the sales page or how to deliver the product, do check out the link below. It will take you through to a free 4-day course that goes far more in depth into actually how to build your product and how to create it. So do check that out. There's also a free webinar in there that goes far more into depth about product creation, specifically with online products. But just to give you some tips on picking your price point for your product, there's 3 main types of product. Okay, so I'm not on about how you deliver, whether it's video or ebook. I'm on more about how they're actually consumed in terms of information. So you have got the tell you. Okay, so bear with me on this. This is worth writing down. You've got a tell you product. They're normally the lowest value products. That's when you tell someone how to do something, or an ebook, a written guide, that sort of thing. And essentially what that's doing, I'm on ClickBank here, so I'll just show you. If we go to the marketplace here, you could pick any product here, and a lot of them will be ebooks, so there'll be a downloadable book, and that's a tell you product. Okay, they're normally sold quite cheaply because it's just the same as an offline book. It's the same as going to Amazon and buying a book, and what it will do is tell you how to do something. If you get a book on keto, it will tell you all about keto and give you some diet plans and so on. But it's the lowest value product because it's so easy to replicate, and it's also just the way it's consumed. If it's just a book, they're not getting anything else from it, they're just absorbing information. So if you had an ebook, you'd be unlikely to develop an ebook and sell it for $1,000 or $2,000 unless it was some really good information. That's like the lowest tier pricing points. I'll give you some tips on how to pick yours in just a second. The next rung up the ladder is the show you. Okay, so you've got the tell you at the bottom, and the next one up, which is more valuable, is the show you, and that might be a video course. That's when you go more into depth. So to explain, if you've got a product on dog training, okay, and it's an ebook and it gives you everything you need, how to get your dog to heel, how to get your dog to come when you call it, and so on, and it was just an ebook that's like written, and they'd have to put that into place. And what would make that product more valuable is having a set of videos that would actually show them how it's doing. So you might have a video where you're actually with a dog and you show them these techniques working or how to do them, and that will up the value, and that will normally up the amount you could charge. You could add the videos as an upsell, or if it was an ebook and a video course, you've just upped the value. And for a rough sort of guide, you could charge more for that. You could charge anywhere from like $50, $100, $200, $300 even, depending on the extent of the ebook and depending on the extent of the videos. Okay, if it was just one video with it, you probably wouldn't do that, but if every single chapter was backed up with a video guide, it's going to up the value because people will be able to put the information into place a lot easier and be able to see what to do. Imagine if you had a poker guide, how to play poker, and it was just an ebook. And imagine if you had a video guide to back up the ebook that shows you playing poker and some of the techniques you're using, and so on. Okay, so I hope that's clear. And the highest rung of the ladder is done for you. Okay, that's the highest value products you normally see online, and they include some done for you stuff. And that can be applied to any sort of niche area. In most cases, for dog training, it might be a consultancy, so you might get personal help and they might devise you a plan for your dog personally, and that takes more time to do for the actual product creator and for the actual service, but it's worth the most money because you're getting a personalized experience. So if you had a ebook, a dog training ebook, and a video with that ebook, and you also had, you get a consultancy where they work out your dog's problems and they actually consult with you and build you a plan to solve them personally, that's when you can charge a lot more. And you'll find that a lot of consultancy, you could do it in most niches. A lot of the done for you stuff can go way up, depending on the extent of time and depending on how much work's involved. In terms of price points, I'll just give you a few ideas. So if you were just selling an ebook, you could go up to about $100 with that, and you'd want to test it out by seeing what other people are doing in the same market as you and what they're offering. You'd be unlikely to sell just an ebook unless it was absolutely huge and contained really good information. You're going to be unlikely to sell that more than $100, because just work it out by how much do people pay for a book, and it's essentially the same thing. Now, if you added a video guide in there, you're talking about, and let's say you had a book on dog training and it had all the different strategies and techniques, but you also had videos to back up everything, showing them how to do it, you could obviously charge more, and you'd be looking over $100, $200, $300, that sort of thing as a rough guide. And again, you can back this up. It varies per niche, but you can back this up by looking at what people are doing in your market. For instance, I'll just give you an example how this can change. Let's say you have a product on how to remortgage your home and get cash that's tied up into your home without paying huge fees. Even an ebook would sell way more than that, because you're dealing with a lot more money. Okay, so it really does depend on the sort of market you're going into. The third one, so with the video guide, so you're looking at up to about $100 for an ebook, up to about $300 for a video, depending on the extent of the videos or whether it was a membership. You have to think about the content. The done for you is literally the highest price point, and it's really done down to specifically your business, how much time you're spending. Are you consulting with them? Are you building them a plan personally for whatever it is? And you can charge a lot more for that, really, for the one-on-one service. So the best thing to do is, number one, think about the sort of product out of those 3 different ways. Think about the sort of product, whether you're going to do all 3 or whether you're going to do just one, and sort of craft your price point around that, and have a look at what other people are selling in your market as well. Essentially, you can pick any price, but the number one how to make sure you got a good price is obviously putting the product to market and testing it. So one of the best ways that you can do it is actually build the ebook, get that done because it's fairly quick to do, and then put it to market at a discount with a 50% discount and see how it goes. And that will allow you to get some sales and then build the price up on that. But use those 3 levels, if you will, when developing your product, and you can charge more if there's more value. Think about ways it's far more valuable for people to get bespoke personal help. It's more time for you, but you can charge accordingly on that. So I hope that's given you some ideas about how you can construct, how you can package your product, and the sort of price points that you can go for as well. And if you're interested in how to actually get set up, do check that out in the link below in the description, and it will take you through to the free course that will show you exactly how to get your product set up and some of the tools that you need. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll speak to you really soon.